Welcome back, everyone. This is MandoAllDay, back with another video. And in this video, we're going to be taking a look at Nekron from Blackest Night storyline or wave. As always, we're going to be taking a look at the figure itself in terms of the articulation, sculpture, and paint, and if it's worth your purchase or not. But before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button to not support the channel, but to keep up to date and watch videos like this. So, let's take a look at the box. This is the front of the box looks like. The side. The back, and the back looks very, very cool. The other side, top, and bottom. Now keep in mind this is a Megafig, so the retail on these is $39.99. So now let's take a look at the figure with the accessories. As always, you do come with a card. Shows the front of the card looks like. The back of the card. It does come with a regular stand, but I'm using a different stand to hold them up. And of course, it does come with, I think it's called I always pronounce it incorrectly. The stick or snake. Well, this thing right here, obviously the Black Lantern, which I didn't know it's actually painted white, which is kind of cool. But you can see it right there, almost as tall as Nekron. But again, very simple, clean design, not much to it. But again, pretty cool, simple, clean. I like it. But it's obviously for the Black Lantern. Now, let's take a look at this figure. And right away, I gotta say that head sculpture is amazing. Look at that detail on that head sculpture. Look at all that. Come on. Let's see if my camera can pick it up. Here you go. Look at all that detail. The painted white eyes. And again, I'm a sucker for painted white eyes. So, look at all that detail. The skin, I guess it gets skin, the nose, the teeth, the inside of his mouth, all painted. Looks really good. That silver right there, obviously for the Black Lantern, looks very good, and it does pop very, very well. Articulation, left and right, it's pretty good. Up and down, really good. I gotta say though, head sculptures, look at all the detail, the grays, the blacks, the dark grays, all of that detail, that paint. It looks really good, man. McFarlane did a really, really, really good job with this figure. And I gotta say, that head detail is fantastic. So, in terms of the articulation, it's good. Paint is really good. And sculpture, really good on that head. Now, shoulder articulation, good. Bicep, it does swivel, but it's really stiff. Keep that in mind. Elbow articulation, good. Wrist, oops, sorry. Good. But even on the arms, though, look at all that detail in the arms. You can see the muscle tissue on there. Oh, it looks gross, but it really looks cool, though. The veins on there, too. I don't know if you guys can see that. There you go. That veins on there, too. The blacks, the grays, they're dark, the dark blacks. They're dark grays. All that paint looks fantastic. Also, here, look at his forearm. That's the design right there. The paint. Look at also paint on his hand, too. The nails, it just looks really, really, really good. Just look at all that detail. Look at his bicep. You can see also his bicep right there. Even the joint is also painted too. Come on, that looks fantastic. This is just his right arm. Let's take a look at his left arm. Again, very similar. Painted detail. Just look at all that paint, all that detail. That is fantastic looking detail, man. That is fantastic. Come on, you cannot deny that. It looks amazing. Just look at all that. That looks fantastic. And obviously, you see right here, this little piece right here. And also, it is silver, so it does really look really, really good in their pops. And I gotta say, though, the arm articulation is good. Paint's good. Sculpture is good, man. I really dig it. Torso articulation, non-existent. Similar to Bane. And we'll talk about that in a bit, Bane. But look at that detail. Come on. Come on. Tell me that doesn't look dope. Look at all that detail, that heart, the paint, the black gloss on there. There you go. You guys can see it right there. The black gloss on there. It looks really, really good, man. He did a fantastic job. I'm not even talking about also too about this. I don't want to say his jacket. I can't even think about it right now. I'm like looking at it, and the more I'm looking at it, the more I'm seeing more detail. But what he's wearing, again, has a weird texture material to it, right? You can see that right there. The texture material, very solid, simple design, but again, that's also sculptured as well too. You can see all that. But look at that detail on this chest though. It looks fantastic, man. Wow. Looks really, really good. The back, same thing. The back, very detailed too. Look at all that. All that detail, and the paint looks very good. And I like how this is here ripped here on his clothing is ripped too. I'm a sucker for that. Again, upper body looks fantastic, man. I really, really dig it, man. I gotta say, McFarlane nailed it with Nekron. He looks fantastic. And that silver here on his waist looks really good too. Even from a distance. Look at that. It just pops, man. It looks really good. Holy crap, it looks really good. Even the more I look at it, the more I'm like, I appreciate it even more, man. I gotta say, the upper body, in terms of sculpture, fantastic. Paint, fantastic. Articulation, good except for torso. It's unfortunate, but other than that, come on, this looks really good. Let's take a look at the lower torso. So, leg articulation's good. Knees, good. Ankles, mine are pretty stiff, but they do articulate because I was able to move them. But wow, these are pretty stiff. There we go. So, mine are pretty stiff. Keep that in mind. And toes are good. The leg sculpture, again, there's not much going on. Very plain, simple design, right? You can see that right there. Not much going on, unfortunately, but it looks really, really, really good. I do like the little bit of the gloss on the black right there. Not a whole lot, but the biggest standout is going to be the upper body. Just look at that. And that silver looks really good, man. I'm thinking this might be maybe the Megafig of the year. If I had to choose one, again, I'll probably make one in December, but this just looks really good, bro. Damn, it looks very good. Now, the main question is this worth your purchase? And I'll break it down like this. Should you get this figure? Absolutely, 100%. This is definitely a must buy, in my opinion. You have to. I think, in my opinion, this is one to be one of those figures. Yes, you have to get it, and get it now. I know a lot of people wait, and I'm with you. I'm 100% with you because I am too. Sometimes I like to wait for discounts, but something tells me this is going to be selling really quick because it looks very good. And honestly, I've not seen any of the Blackest Night wave at any store. None. GameStop, Target, none of them. And I go to Target and Walmart frequently and GameStop. I have not seen a single store carry any of the Blackest Night waves. So that should tell you something. So to answer the question, is this worth your purchase? Yes. Thumbs up for me. Highly, 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 highly recommend getting it. Now, the main question is this worth the $40? Well, let's talk about that for a bit. Okay. Here we have Nekron, $40, right? Here I have another one that I made, and I got some thumb downs on this video, but hey, I'm gonna be honest. Here is Bane. Now Bane is also worth $30. Now look at the difference though, in terms of this Megafig and Nekron Megafig. Nekron is bigger and taller. Yeah, it's not as fatter or bigger as compared to Bane, but the amount of detail that's on Nekron is, to me, it blows Bane out the door. I like Bane. Don't get me wrong. I made a video of Bane. I'll link it so you guys can see what I'm referring to. Bane looks really good, and I recommend it. But to me, I'm going to go for Nekron. Yes, there's a little bit more to Bane, but the small subtle things on here, like the silver on his waist, on his collar as well too, it just pops. And that detail on the heart looks really good, man. So the main question, the reason I'm showing this, so you can see the difference. And this is $40. That's $40. But look at the height difference. I'm bringing the height difference because, and again, if you watch that video, if you've not seen it, definitely watch it. I'll link it so you guys can see what I'm referring to. But for $40, I would say I'm more of a line for this was okay for $40 for Nekron. Because one, it's a little bit taller, but there's a lot more detail on it. And it does come with an accessory with Nekron. Bane does not come with accessory, and that's $40. So I think, in my opinion, this is to me a $40 Megafig. It is taller than Bane, like I said, There's more detail, and it does come with an accessory. Bane is, like I said, shorter. It's a little bit less detail, but it's still good, but no accessory, and it's $40. So to me, I think Nekron is definitely worth the price of $40. Obviously, if you can get it cheaper, heck yeah, I mean, that's even better, but $40, I highly recommend it. Now, let's compare it to another Megafig, and then when I compare it to this Megafig, my how can I say it? My opinion of this one for $40 changes a little bit. So here's another one that is a big seller. Right? Look at that. This is a Megafig, one of the OG Megafigs. Right? You got Joker Titan. This was $40. Nekron's $40. So when I compare it, these two, I changed my look. Just look at the details. Look at the size. Look at that. It just overtowers them. Joker Titan. See that right there? Look at that. It looks beefy. Just huge, right? So when I compare Nekron to Joker, part of me wants to say, you know what? I'm gonna go for Nekron not being worth the $40. So and the reason I'm showing this to you guys, you can see the difference. So the main question is this worth the $40? Because when I compare this one to Bane, yes, this is highly recommended. How can I say it? Comparing this one to Bane, yes, this one's worth the $40. But when I compare it to another Megafig like Joker Titan, then I start questioning. Well, look at Joker Titan. There's a lot of detail on this figure. It's a lot of paint. And this is $40. So it comes down to the same question again. Is this Nekron worth the $40? My honest, humble opinion, I'm gonna say, yeah, I think it is worth the price. Yes, Joker Titan's bigger, fatter, and taller, but the small little details that are on here are not so much present on the Joker Titan. And I think for me, the small little details that are on this figure makes it worth the $40, in my opinion. And no, I'm not a sellout or anything like that. I purchased all these figures with my own money. And so to me, I would probably recommend getting Nekron. Even if you get a retail price, I think it's worth the purchase price. Obviously, if you get a deal for it or discount, even better. But to me, Nekron, I think it's worth the $40. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys agree with me on this figure? Do you plan to purchase this figure? Or did you already purchase this figure? Leave it in the comment section below. As always, make sure you hit the subscribe button to not support the channel, but to keep up to date and watch videos like this. So it includes an overview of Nekron from the Blackest Night storyline, and on to the next one.